Hi, I'm Sarah from Catch PTSD, making PTSD understandable. Today, I want to talk about how our childhood can cause PTSD. Every time I talk about this subject, I remember a soldier who I was talking to who asked about hypnotherapy and how it works. But before he let me explain anything, he said, I just want you to know I'm not going to do it if you start banging on about my childhood. Every therapist I've ever seen asked me questions about me as a child, and what the hell has that got to do with anything? Well, the answer is an awful lot. And just understanding that, being open to what impact that may have had on you as a person, gets you halfway there on the road to curing PTSD. The reason is vulnerability. If you think about yourself now and how capable you are, even if you're struggling, everything that's happened to you in life has made you pretty tough, at least on the outside. And that's why you find these symptoms so debilitating. Well, imagine yourself as a toddler, 2 or 3 years old, or just a baby. Imagine what resources that baby had when things happened around it or to it that were traumatic, scary, terrifying even. What could it do? Could it run away? No. Could it fight back? No. Could it do anything to ensure its own survival? No. It was totally vulnerable, subject to whatever the adults around it wanted to do. But as we're finding out by talking to so many people in hypnotherapy, babies know exactly what's going on around them, what's being said, and the danger they may be in. This creates an emotional storm in their small bodies of fear, hurt, anger, and that triggers an autonomic reaction to protect them. It might be a fight reaction, a flight reaction, or a freeze, pull out of your own body reaction. From that moment on, whenever you meet stress, you will always react the same way. And if you meet enough stress, your PTSD symptoms will follow that same path: fight, flight, or freeze. There is a part of us deep down inside of us which Sigmund Freud termed the id, ID. The id is part of us charged with keeping us alive. Any way, anyhow, it's primeval survival. It kicks in when we believe our lives are in danger. People talk about an adrenaline rush in times of danger, but it might actually be an id rush, rushing up to protect you and insulate you. There will have been a moment in your life, generally when you were very young, when you first took a sharp intake of breath and thought, how will I survive this? Or I might not survive this. It might not have been because your life was in imminent danger. It might have been. But it might also have been when your mother or father left the family home, or you were separated from one or both of them for other reasons. Or if you were born to a mother with postnatal depression, and then you suddenly thought, what if she doesn't feed me? She isn't paying me any attention. It might be a realization that you've been born into a loveless, dangerous environment, and you have no idea as a tiny baby how you might negotiate it. You might be scoffing at this by now, thinking, how could a tiny baby deduce any of this? But over the years that I've been treating PTSD and taking people into deep hypnotherapy, this is exactly what they remember thinking, feeling, and experiencing. Every Catch hypnotherapist has treated patients who've experienced the most acute memories of very early childhood, which formed their view of the world in a snapshot second. A mother having postnatal depression is a predisposition to PTSD in the child later in life. So too is premature birth, where the child is ripped away from everything it knows and constantly placed under the stress of painful interventions. A mother or father suddenly leaving home can make a toddler wonder what's going to happen to them and feel immense heartbreak. But the tiny child doesn't know what to do with these emotions, and so it builds walls around themselves to contain it, which one day will come down. The importance of childhood adversity is finally being recognised in medical circles. It's not just we crazy hypnotherapists who've deduced this from what our clients have told us. 2 NHS consultants wrote a paper in 2018 in which they posited that all mental illness is caused by adversity in childhood. You may have seen numerous magazine articles about this subject, and you may even have ridiculed it up to this point. But catch hypnotherapists have found it's not what happens in adulthood that causes PTSD. That's just the trigger, the spark. It's what happened a long time ago. Even if what happened in adulthood was worse, it's all relative to the age at which you experienced it. The emotions, the feelings, the physical conditions you feel now are all feeding off that first experience. So how do we change the past? We don't have a time machine. Well, in essence, we do. The human body is an excellent time machine. It remembers everything. Using catch hypnotherapy, we can help you relax your body completely, and we can help you go back to the exact point that your id was first terrified it would not survive. And you, with the wisdom of your advanced years, can comfort that younger you. Explain it's over now, and it doesn't need to go round and round in that washing machine of emotion anymore. It can come forward to your life now, because that was something you already overcame thanks to the protection that part gave you all those years before. You'll learn why everything has been so stuck for so long, and you'll remember things you didn't remember. Generally, the thing that's upsetting our system the most now is the thing that we don't remember then. But once you see it, understand it, it all starts to make perfect sense. And that insight allows your body to diffuse the triggers which have been holding you hostage to emotions and feelings for so long. Catch hypnotherapy is a very gentle, insightful process, using the powers of your body to unravel the triggers of the past. People love the sensation of total relaxation and marvel at what they see and understand. If you'd like to find the root of your problem and eliminate it for good, have a wander through catchptsd.com and see if there's a therapist that appeals to you, and give them a call. We are here to help.